Greetings. Professional. Yes, I'm addressing you. How do you launch your day? Do you wake up and instantly grab your phone, scrolling endlessly before your mind fully awakens? If this sounds familiar, listen closely. You're surrendering your strength the moment your day begins. Most professionals rise and immediately reach for their devices. Their minds are hijacked by notifications, social media, news, and the relentless noise of the external world. From the very first moment, they lose command of their emotions, focus, and clarity. Contrast this with the 1% who start their mornings with unwavering intent. No scrolling, no rushing, no reacting on impulse, just calm, presence, and mental resolve. They don't wake up to chaos. They rise with authority. They own their mornings. And in doing so, they own their day. Marcus Aurelius said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Yet why do so few live this way? Because they've forgotten that the morning is their domain. This is your sacred space to rule or relinquish. Those who yield to noise, emotions, and chaos chase the day instead of leading it. But those who master their mornings, command their emotions, guide their choices, and ultimately shape their lives. This video invites you to join the 1%, not because you're superior, but because you refuse to settle for less than your potential. Ancient Stoics didn't merely survive their days, they prepared for them. They didn't wait for motivation, they created momentum. They didn't ask, "What will today give me?" but rather, "What can I bring to today?" In this video, I'll share 7 Stoic morning secrets that few apply. But those who do gain full control of their lives, these aren't your typical morning routine tips. No fluff, no shortcuts. These are mental, emotional, and spiritual principles rooted in Stoicism, crafted to make your mornings sacred, your actions deliberate, and your life unstoppable. Follow along, as each point builds on the last, awakening you in its own way. By the end, you'll see why mornings aren't just a time of day. They are the foundation of your freedom. Leave this affirmation in the comments: I master my mornings. I master my life. Like this video, comment below. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. If you're new here, subscribe and turn on notifications. Let's begin. Number 1. Rise with discipline, not motivation. Most wait for inspiration to act in the morning. They think, if I feel energized, I'll get up early. Or if I'm in a good mood, I'll exercise, meditate, or plan. But Stoics don't wait. They act regardless of how they feel. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations at dawn, when you struggle to leave your bed, tell yourself, "I must work as a human." This simple statement holds profound truth. Your life's purpose isn't to sleep through it, but to engage fully. The first secret of the 1%: they rise with discipline, not mood. They don't argue with themselves. They don't negotiate with the alarm. They simply get up. No drama, no excuses. Why this matters? Your first decision each morning is a vote for who you'll become. When you hit snooze, you vote for a weaker version of yourself. When you rise on time, you vote for a stronger one. You're not just waking up, you're forging your identity. That's the Stoic way, living as your true self. It's not about feeling disciplined, but acting disciplined, especially when you don't want to. This builds an inner strength that grows over time. Your mind becomes stronger than your emotions. Your body aligns with your will. Your energy follows your resolve. Even on days when you feel exhausted, anxious, or uninspired, you rise because you've committed to it. That commitment breeds self-trust, and self-trust amplifies your power. How do you start? Set a fixed wake-up time and guard it like it's your most critical meeting. No snooze button, ever. The moment you wake, get up immediately. This signals your body. It's time to move. Say something bold to yourself, like, "Let's go. This day belongs to me." If you can silence that inner voice of weakness at 5 a.m., you can silence it anywhere. You step into the world with your first victory already secured. While most haven't even opened their eyes, your morning doesn't need to be elaborate, just consistent. You don't rise because you feel like it, but because it's who you are. Leave this affirmation in the comments. Discipline is my alarm clock. Number 2. Win the first hour in silence. Who's in charge when you wake? You or your phone? Notifications, other people's drama. Most professionals roll over. Unlock their screens and let the world invade their minds. Before their feet touch the floor, their focus is hijacked, scrolling, comparing, reacting. In that moment, they've already lost the day. The resilient, however, do the opposite. They start their day in silence. No music, no messages, no distractions, just stillness. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid regarding external things." In other words, don't worry if silence feels unfamiliar. Don't fear missing out. In that stillness lies your strength. Your mind is most receptive in the morning, open to influence. What you absorb right after waking shapes your entire day. If you start with noise, you carry K's forward. But if you grant yourself just 10 minutes of peace, you give your mind space to breathe, reset, and focus. What do the strongest professionals do? They sit up in bed. They close their eyes. They feel their breath. They observe their thoughts without chasing them. They ask powerful, simple questions. What energy do I want to bring today? How would my best self act this morning? This is what Stoics call prohairesis, your inner freedom to choose how you respond. No matter what the world throws at you, try this tomorrow. Before touching your phone, sit in stillness. Do nothing. Just be with yourself. You'll be amazed at how, over time, you become less reactive, more creative, and more grounded. Even when life gets chaotic later, you'll navigate it like a calm storm because your morning wasn't stolen, you owned it. Silence isn't emptiness, it's the space for clarity, control, and strength. True focus never comes from noise, it comes from within. Leave a comment if you're committed to protecting your peace. Silence gives me control. Number 3. Face the day before it begins. Let's be honest, life rarely goes as planned. You may have a schedule, a to-do list, and the right mindset, but something inevitably disrupts it. A colleague's remark, a project falling apart, traffic, or an email that derails your mood before 9 a.m. Most let these moments ruin them. The Stoic, however, anticipates them, not because they're pessimistic, but because they're prepared. There's an ancient Stoic practice called premeditatio malorum, preparing for the worst. It sounds grim, but it's not about gloom. It's about mental rehearsal for life's challenges. Seneca said, "The person who has anticipated misfortune strips it of its power. When you expect obstacles, they don't knock you down. You handle them like someone who's been through it before." The most resilient professionals don't just live through their days, they preview them. They visualize what could go wrong, not in a spiral of worry, but with calm clarity. Maybe a meeting will get heated. Maybe I'll lose patience in a delay. Maybe someone will misunderstand me. Maybe I'll feel tired or doubt myself. Then they ask, how will I respond when that happens? That's how you build emotional strength before the day tests you. Here's a simple exercise to try. After your morning silence, ask yourself, what might challenge me today? What emotions might arise that I need to manage? How would my best self face that moment? Jot it down or reflect mentally. Either way, it's powerful because when life unfolds as it does, you won't freeze or crumble. You've rehearsed. You don't react impulsively, you respond with wisdom. This is the heart of Stoicism, not controlling life, but controlling yourself within it. This mindset brings a calm confidence that others admire. You enter meetings grounded. You handle delays without frustration. You hear criticism without collapsing. You stay composed. That's your strength, not perfection. Not forced positivity, but preparation because you faced the day before it began. Leave this affirmation in the comments if you're ready to stop being caught off guard. I am prepared. I don't panic. Number 4, anchor yourself with a Stoic morning reminder. Every great leader, warrior, and thinker has something they return to each morning. A core principle, a truth that grounds them, a reminder of who they are. Average professionals wake up and forget who they aim to be. Stoics wake up and remember. Marcus Aurelius journaled daily, not to impress others, but to keep himself steady. His words were personal reminders of how to live with strength and calm. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This is your morning anchor, a truth you repeat daily before the world pulls you away. Why does this matter? Each morning, your sense of self is fragile. Before emails, opinions, and pressures hit, you must remind yourself who you are, or the world will define it for you. Resilient professionals create or choose a Stoic mantra and repeat it every morning. This isn't just motivation, it's a foundation. It centers you. Examples: I can't control what happens, only how I respond. Today is a gift. I won't waste it in distraction. What matters most is how I live with myself. I'm not here to please others. I'm here to live with integrity. You don't need a dozen affirmations, just one truth to live by. Say it aloud. Write it down. Let it be your compass. Without this, your mind wanders when you wake up anxious, scattered, or lost. But with a clear anchor, that clarity becomes your drive. You approach every task with purpose. You handle challenges with alignment. You stay calm under pressure because your mind isn't guessing, it's grounded. Try this tomorrow. After waking, sit still and repeat your chosen Stoic truth 5 to 10 times with conviction. Let it resonate. Don't just say it, embody it. Over time, this becomes your mental armor. On days when life tests you, that reminder pulls you back to strength. If you don't remind yourself who you are each day, the world will cloud your focus. Don't let that happen. Leave this affirmation in the comments. I anchor my mind in truth. Number 5. Master your mind before the world steps in. Your mind is most vulnerable in the first hour after waking. So, ask yourself, who gets access to your mind first? For many, it's strangers online, uncontrolled news, or meaningless chatter that makes them feel small. But Seneca said, "No one is happier than the person who convinces themselves they are." Instead of letting the world shape you, Stoics shape their minds first. This is where Stoic reflection or journaling becomes your most powerful morning tool. Here's how the 1% do it. After silence and anchoring, spend 5 to 10 minutes writing your thoughts, not for others, but for yourself. Ask, what am I feeling now? What do I need to let go of? What am I grateful for? What virtue will I practice today? Patience, courage, discipline. You don't need to write a novel, just a few honest lines. This creates a private space for self-awareness, where thoughts meet truth. It's a reminder I control how I think. I don't need to carry yesterday's burdens into today. I don't need to mirror the world's energy. I can create my own. After a few days, you'll notice your mind sharpening. You'll spot your emotional triggers faster. You'll react less impulsively. You'll catch anxiety creeping in and choose better thoughts. This is how Stoics build mental resilience, not by ignoring emotions, but by exploring, understanding, and replacing them with wiser ones. That's why the wisest in the 1% don't just wake up early. They use mornings to do the real work, mastering their inner world. If you don't control your mind, the world will exploit it. You weren't born to be a slave to moods, emotions, or impulses. You were born to rule your mind with clarity, patience, and discipline. Use those first moments to claim your crown. Leave this affirmation in the comments. I master my mind before the world can. Number 6. Move your body to ignite your mind. A Stoic knows body and mind are inseparable partners. If your body is idle, your mind follows. But if your body is alert and strong, your mind rises with it. That's why the mentally sharp never start their day without movement, not for vanity, but as an act of self-respect. Marcus Aurelius asked, "Is this what you were made for, to huddle under blankets?" This isn't judgment, it's a call to action. A reminder that your body was built to move, to face the day with strength, not lethargy. You don't need a 2-hour workout to excel, just momentum. Movement sends a signal to your brain. We weren't made for ease. We were made to lead. Why is morning movement so powerful? It shifts your state instantly. Blood flows. Your heart engages. Energy surges. Your self-image sharpens. Mental for lifts. That part of you, craving to stay in bed, begins to fade. Stoics view physical movement as a way to train the will. Epictetus taught that discipline in the body builds discipline in the soul. Those first steps, push-ups, stretches, or even a cold shower, aren't just about fitness, they're about asserting control. You're telling yourself, I do hard things, even when I don't feel like it. That's leadership. That's self-mastery. Most people never train their will, they train comfort, weakness, and then wonder why their lives feel fragile. Here's your challenge. Each morning, move your body for just 10 minutes. Stretch, do push-ups, jump, walk in silence, or splash cold water on your face. It doesn't need to be intense, just intentional. Your body isn't secondary in this journey. It's your vehicle for discipline. When you train it each morning, you step into the world feeling invincible because you've already conquered something before breakfast. Leave this affirmation in the comments: I act with discipline. I win my day. Number 7. Rehearse the person you want to become. The final secret of the 1% isn't what they do, but who they become. Each morning, before facing the world, they visualize the person they aspire to be. This isn't pretense, it's intentional living. Stoics call it living in accordance with nature, aligning fully with your values, reason, and highest self. Seneca said, "We don't have too little time to live, but we waste much of it." Wasting time isn't just scrolling or binge-watching, it's living without purpose, reacting emotionally instead of reflecting, being swept along instead of leading. So, here's what the 1% do each morning before the day begins. They ask, how would my best self act today if someone filmed me all day? Would I be proud of how I move, speak, and handle my emotions? Where do I need to be stronger? How will I face those challenges? This is mental rehearsal, not predicting every step, but shaping your identity. Visualize yourself walking into work or meetings with calm confidence. Picture staying composed during conflict. Imagine choosing patience when you'd normally snap. See yourself speaking clearly and boldly. This sets a blueprint for your brain, like practicing for the real performance. When life tests you, you're ready. Most get swept up by the energy around them. Stoics create their own. They enter chaos and stay calm. They meet aggression with strength. They counter fear with action. They don't pretend, they train for it every morning. Over time, your identity becomes solid. As stone, you become someone who shows up strong, unflappable, truthful, and purposeful. You don't just have good mornings, you build a great life. Many dismiss mornings as unimportant, but the wise know they're everything. How you wake sets your mindset, mood, momentum, and meaning. If you don't master your morning, someone else will. If you don't control your thoughts early, chaos will take over. If you don't discipline yourself before sunrise, life will do it for you, and it won't be kind. Stoics aren't just philosophers, they're warriors of the mind. They don't waste time. They don't squander mornings. They live with deliberate repetition, reminding themselves daily of what matters, who they want to be, and how they'll act, no matter what life brings. Let's recap the 7 morning secrets of the 1%. 1. Rise with discipline, not motivation. 2. Win the first hour in silence. 3. Face the day before it begins. 4. Anchor yourself with a Stoic reminder. 5. Master your mind before the world interferes. 6. Move your body to ignite your mind. 7. Rehearse the person you want to become. These aren't mere tips, they're transformative tools. Don't try to do them all at once. Start small, but start today. One small morning shift can change your life's trajectory. You don't need to be perfect, just awake. Truly awake to your values, actions, and mission. Let today be the last day you wake up like everyone else, and the first day you rise like the 1%. Like this video. Comment your favorite truth. Share it with someone who needs it. And subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. Leave this final affirmation in the comments: I wake as the 1%. I lead my life with Stoic strength.